again. So this week's recipe has been inspired by, as always, things that we've got up the food share. We've got some lovely potatoes at the moment. They're all lovely and muddy, so they're all covered. They've still got all their vitamins and minerals all trapped underneath that mud. So it's great. Give them a good scrub, and they're only small, so you don't really need to peel them. We've also got eggs. So then this made me think, what are we going to do with our potatoes? And I remembered a friend of mine made some raw fry once. I thought that's a great idea because it is very, very cheap, very inexpensive meal. So ingredients wise, eggs are not essential, but we've got some anyway. Potatoes, definitely you need those. I've got swede here. This is half a swede, or if you wanted to do a small swede, kind of the ratios are sort of similar. So similar amount of potato to swede. Perfect. I could only get red onions up the at the co-op this week, or today I should say. So I've got one small white onion here and 2 red ones. Usually I would use just a couple of medium white onions, but yeah, we're going to use what we've got. I've got these herbs here just in case, just to tell you maybe a variation of, like, without using the bacon. And of course that brings us to bacon. I've got here some cooking bacon. I very rarely buy rashers. I just buy the cheap stuff because it's brilliant. Really, really good. And again, inexpensive. It's probably half the price for a great big, like almost a kilo of cooking bacon that you would probably pay for about 300 grams. So here I've got about 150 grams. And of course, vegetable stock cube. That's it. That's all you need. And like I say, that is not essential. You'll notice there's no salt. And if you like, bacon is probably salty enough. And of course, the stock cube has got plenty of salt in it, but we'll taste it later. But don't worry about salt. So, without further ado, let's get cooking. And the first thing, I've just got a little bit of oil in here, just to get it going, because I don't want to burn the pan. So it's about a tablespoonful. I'm just going to warm that up. Okay then, so that's not going to, obviously we're going to get our oil now to shimmering. It's all nice and we don't want it too hot. I've got to keep adjusting this because I don't really use this a lot at the moment. Not having a big family here. But our first job is to, not our onions. I nearly went on automatic pilot there. Our first job is to fry our bacon. So, like I say, we don't want it too hot because we don't want to burn it. We're just going to render all that fat down, get all that flavour. Turn that down a little bit. So you see I've chopped this up into tiny pieces. You don't have to. You can have it in full rashers if you're using rasher bacon. But I like little bits in every single mouthful. So I've cut mine right down. Also, that means you don't have to use as much bacon. Good for the animals and good for your pocket. Now, once you've got that cooked, we're trying not to get too much colour on it. That's the thing. It's called raw fry. And the end result is it will still look a bit raw. Obviously it's not raw. I'm just going to turn this down while I take the bacon out. So we want as much flavour in there. And if you, when you're cooking it, you'll see, obviously you get a bit of residue from the bacon. You want those. Don't go and wash your pan out, because this is all part of your flavour. So all these nice little brown bits there, that's what we want. Plus the oil, plus the little bit of fat that's come off the bacon. All of this is just going to taste delicious. So it isn't, I don't think it's really that important what type of onions you use. The red onion's going to provide a nice bit of colour. It'll kind of go quite nicely with the bacon, I would have thought. If you've only got shallots, you could use shallots. If you've only got white onions, they're the best because they've got more flavour in them. They're stronger. But whatever you've got, it's good enough. Now we're just going to gently cook this. Again, we don't want to get too much colour on it. So we're going to soften them up. It'll probably take about, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. I've cut mine quite fine. Obviously, the size that you cut yours will determine how long it takes. But what you want to do is get them to that translucent stage where they're slightly caramelised. You've got all that lovely sweetness, as always, imparting all that lovely flavour. So, get it done. So while these are cooking, I'll just have a word about the herbs. We've always got some rosemary up the food chair, so come and grab some if you want some, and bay leaves. Now I was thinking, how, if you didn't want to use bacon, how could you maybe make this and still like have kind of nice flavour? Like, we're not making a pasty, it's not a deconstructed pasty. But I'm thinking, if you don't put meat in it, how could you make it, I don't know, give it a bit of zing? And I thought about the herbs that we've got up the food chair at the moment. So we fried our bacon first, but I would suggest maybe a bit of oil or butter or, I don't know, whatever fat you use. Maybe not coconut, because that would impart flavour and you don't want that. And then I would strip down maybe some rosemary and fry that, you know, and get your oil nice and aromatic. You could probably even put some garlic in there if you wanted to. Obviously that wouldn't be like typically raw fry, but yeah, I'd get the oil nice and aromatic with some nice fresh herbs. So that's what I was thinking. And if you have a go at that, please let me know, because I haven't tried it. It was just an idea I had when I was thinking about, yeah, doing this, but without the bacon. Maybe I'll have a go and let you know as well. So, here we are then. We're getting there. They're not quite, I'm just going to turn it down slightly. Not quite ready yet. Obviously, there's a lot more colour here because we are using red onions. That's the important thing to note. Like, just try it. Nice and soft. Lovely. Done. Next is our finely chipped swede. So to get them like that, I just cut them into big fat chips and then just slice them up. But if you want to do them, you can do them any way you like. If you cube them, that's fine. Just make sure though that your swede are smaller than your potato, because swede is a little bit hardier than potato. Doesn't absorb water as quickly. So you don't want it taking too long to cook and then your potatoes have all gone to mush. So we're going to give that a nice little fry now. And I'll just put the lid on and we'll give that a couple of minutes just to like get it going. It's been in there for a couple of minutes. So we're going to add our potatoes. And as you can see here, all I've done is scrub them and slice them. Didn't bother peeling them because they're small and they're going to be delicious. So, chuck them in. And our bacon goes back in. Okay, now that everything's had a good coating, I'm going to add our stock. It's always good to use boiling water. There we go. You just want enough so that it's just covering it. You don't want too much. So I start off with a bit and then top it up as I need it. Get that all nicely. I'm just going to let that cook now. We'll probably come back to it in about 10 to 15 minutes. Because everything's nice and finely sliced, it shouldn't take too long. So it's good for your energy bills. And because we like one pot meals, we're going to poach our egg in the pan. So all you've got is one pot to clean up, and I'm a fan of that. See you in 10. Let's see what's going on. I can't wait. I'm waiting for this all day. Perfect. So that was about 10 minutes for mine. Like I say, it's very, very finely chopped. So I would use 1 egg for each person. There's only 2 of us here, so we're going to have this twice. There we go. Just let those eggs poach in the liquor that's all around it. Let's see what's going on. Perfect. So there you have your 1 pot meal. It's honestly delicious. If you've never tried raw fry, please give it a go. It's cheap, it's nutritious, it's filling. You can have a nice hunk of chunky, crusty bread. We've always got loads of bread up the food chair. We've got lots of potatoes, we've got eggs. Please come and grab some. And try it with bacon or try it without. Just let us know how you get on. But honestly, it will change your life. See you next week.